Masha's spooky stories.
A boy named Pasha was afraid of every story fairy tale villain. Sometimes, after reading fairy tales, he would imagine different things. Then he was afraid, and even scared other children with these scary characters. And now, I will tell you what a terrible story came out of this. Once upon a time, the class 4B went camping. They chose the place, set up tents, gathered around the campfire, and Pasha said, "It's a bad idea to camp here. In this forest, Baba-Yaga lives here, for sure. You'll see. She'll show you. She'll put someone on a spatula and shove him in the oven." Of course, they didn't believe him. And in the morning, horrible! Who is this? Pasha was bitten so badly by mosquitoes that you couldn't recognize him. "Look at me!" shouted Pasha. "It is Baba-Yaga who ordered the mosquitoes to drink all of my blood." Of course, everybody laughed at him, and a girl, Sveta, gave him some mosquito spray. In the evening, Pasha sprayed his tent for mosquitoes and said, "You'll see, Baba-Yaga will come tonight for sure. She'll come and eat, all of us, and ride on our bones. Definitely. At night, the horror will come. How it rumbled, and how it glittered." And the next morning, Pasha's boots were full of water. "I'm positive that Baba-Yaga conjured up the rain," screamed Pasha, and poured the water out of his boots. Of course, everybody laughed at him. He shouldn't have left his boots outside. A boy named Dima gave him his spare dry sneakers. The group gathered in the woods for raspberries, and Pasha said, "I'm not going with you, because in this dark forest lives Baba-Yaga in a hut on chicken legs. Around the hut is a fence made of the skis from missing skiers, and on the fence hang baskets from lost mushroom hunters." Once again, everyone laughed at him. A girl named Tanya gave him a pot and a bag of oats. "Then cook porridge," she said. "We'll come back and have porridge with the raspberries for lunch." The group came back from the woods with the raspberries, and Pasha was sleeping. The porridge burned in the pot, and the flames of the fire leaped out, burning the dry grass and moving towards the tents. The children trampled out the fire, and one boy woke Pasha and said, "Why didn't you keep watch of the fire and the porridge?" "It wasn't me, it was Baba-Yaga. She put me to sleep so we wouldn't eat her raspberries. Here she comes, flying on a mortar, waving the pestle and the broom to sweep her tracks." Indeed, there was the noise of thunder over the forest. The wind whistled, the trees bent over, and then a blue helicopter landed on the campsite. A man in uniform came out of it. Pasha ran and asked him, "Are you Baba-Yaga?" "No," said the man. "I'm not even the immortal Kashi. We are firemen of the emergency service, and we fly around the forest watching out for fires. I saw your fire and someone lying near without moving. We decided to check whether there was a fire." "No," a girl said. "Pasha fell asleep by the fire. It's all Baba-Yaga's fault. And we were careful with fire." "Good for you, kids," said the fireman. "For that, you get ice cream and a free movie about important fire safety regulations in the forest. And we'll take sleepyhead Pasha with us to the helicopter, so he can see and confirm that there is no Baba-Yaga in the woods. You aren't afraid of heights, right? After that, Pasha realized that it was not necessary to be afraid of Baba-Yaga, only of a forest fire. And don't you ever leave a campfire in the forest unattended. Dear friends, today I'm going to tell you a very creepy tale about useful inventions. Once upon a time, there was Grinko, who had seen enough horror stories on TV about Megabrain that conquered the Earth with the help of horrific mechanical monsters. But in honest truth, we've been surrounded by all this technology for a long time, and now it's just scary to think what might happen. What if the refrigerator starts to hum threateningly, like if it wants to eat the smartest boy? And what if the elevator, instead of opening the doors automatically, opened an iron jaw? What if my TV does not just broadcast normal signals, but also emits zombie signals? The vacuum cleaner vacuums you, the washing machine spins you around, the iron steams, and even irons you. And since then, he began to feel really scared. He saw the escalators in the subway station. Grinko was frightened of the bus's hissing doors. Even in the summer, the rides of the amusement park had begun to seem like terrible steel monsters with grabbing tentacles and sharp teeth. That made Grinko panic and look at the amusement park from far away. But the summer was over, and it was time to go back to school. At the beginning of the new school year, all children signed up for different clubs. But there was one particular group, which not even one child wanted to sign up for. It was a very strange and very suspicious name for a school club. Skillful Hands. So Grinko didn't sign up for the club either. He decided he wouldn't sign up for anything. Well, as if it wasn't enough, the scariest thing began to happen. The homeroom teacher came and commanded, Grinko, since you did not sign up for any of the school clubs, you're going to join in the Skillful Hands. Nothing could be done. So Grinko went to Skillful Hands meeting, and fear grabbed a hold of him immediately. Left and right, there were huge and menacing-looking machines. They were all made of cold, shining metal. At any minute now, they will start whistling, rattling, and howling. Grinko closed his eyes with fright, and suddenly he hears a voice. Well, finally, at least someone came to me. Mwahahaha! It's Megabrain, the master of all mechanical monsters. Grinko looked around and immediately grabbed a hammer that was close to him. This is what he would use to protect himself, just in case. And Megabrain said, well, aren't you clever? Before grabbing a tool, you need to familiarize yourself with the safety instructions. Grinko jumped in complete amazement. With his eyes wide opened, he asked, is this equipment completely safe and all? I know that sometimes equipment is very dangerous to operate. Ha ha ha! Dear boy, now you'll need to be able to operate any machine you may find in the whole world. The first and most important thing that you have to be aware of and follow is the Manual of Understanding the Safety Rules. And now, if you follow these very important rules, you won't need to fear any machines at all. And indeed, Grinko began to study the rules, and eventually learned all he needed to know about all the tools, machines, and equipment. And most important, he was so interested that he spent all his free time working in the club. And yes, you cannot imagine what a useful thing Grinko invented while he was working in there. It was so useful that everyone's jaws were dropped. Friends, listen carefully carefully. If you learn this stuff very well and aren't afraid of machines, then you can invent very useful things for people to use in their daily routines. Just a hint, don't be afraid to show your amazing ideas. Go out there and conquer the world, obviously in a good way. And don't forget to follow the Safety Rules Manual.